When we talk about place and the triple wins, what are those wins that we're referring to? It's about the impact that the places that we all use have on our health, the health of our people, the health of our planet, and also on reducing the inequalities that we currently have across our country. Place is a combination of impacts upon those people that use those places. And whilst every place is different, there are common features that have an impact on people. There's that physical, street, space, field. There's the financial aspect of investing in a place, working in it. And then there's also an online aspect to all our places, all of which impact on the behaviour of people within those places. What that means is when we're making decisions about our places, is that we are legislating, subsidising, and planning our places, but at times we're having unintended negative consequences on the people that are living and using that place. And this just cites some of the negative consequences, but a huge one at the moment is also around that impact on the climate crisis as well. So we just want to give one short example of a decision that can be made in a place and how it impacts upon the triple win.
So this example shows a decision on where to locate a primary school. So the ideal situation would be able to walk from home to the primary school to drop the children off, then being able to possibly drop into the shops and then drop in on an elderly neighbour or someone else that you might care for as part of that commute to work. And then you can jump on the bus and get into the office or wherever your workplace is. Relocating the primary school to the outskirts of town can then make that a bit difficult. If you're further away, then you might have to get the bus or drive to the primary school. You might then, if you have to do some shopping, have to then drive or get the bus there, extending that commute time. Or you might just actually not have enough time and then have to go straight to work and not necessarily see that elderly neighbour or the other person that you care for.
So this is just one example of a decision-making process that's been done with the very best of intentions to deliver a new primary school with better facilities and probably a more sustainable building. But it's thinking about those unintended consequences on people of that decision. The place and wellbeing outcomes set out the features that we need to be considering because if we get all of these things right in a place, then we enable people there to thrive and we enable our planet to suffer less from our impact upon it and to reduce inequalities. So, just that one example, if we're looking at if we keep that school local, the impact that it has is that it's enabling people to undertake a care role as well as getting to work, rather than having to choose is this going to be one or the other, and potentially work or a part-time job having to give way and having an impact on poverty and so on. Positive mental health for those who are cared for is an important aspect as well, as is the fact that if somebody can drop in on a neighbour or an elderly relative, it's enabling them to age in place. It's also just supporting the complex set of journeys that many do, particularly carers do, on their way to work and reducing their stress and enabling them to do more. This in turn the walk with a parent and a child to school rather than a car journey boosts physical activity for both the parent and the child, but also that opportunity to play is improving cognitive skills when both parent and child get to school and work. Walking also promotes community cohesion, bumping into people, having conversation, and all of that both enhances that feeling of safety, identity, and belonging, and builds those crucial relationships that enable people to feel supported in their community.
And that local walk can also support local business viability by um, being able to drop into a shop, buy the things on the way, to stops you from having to go to out of town retail centres, improves the wellbeing economy of the local area by keeping the money in the local area, links very clearly to community wealth building. Not needing a car can also reduce in-work poverty when you can actually use public transport and not have to afford your own car and the fuel that goes along with it. And it also, those reduced car miles will improve the air quality in the local area. And it makes the streets more attractive to walk along and you benefit a lot more from that clearer air. And we know all the health impacts that has on us. So these are just some examples of impact on place and wellbeing outcomes from particular decisions that have been taken. But if you'd like to read more about the place and wellbeing outcomes or some of the implications, please go to the Improvement Service website for more information.